Okay, here we are back in Legrand Legacy. And I've put out a warning for you guys. It's almost 90 degrees before you factor in humidity. Due to this heat wave, I genuinely do not know how far I'm going to get in this, how far I'm going to get in terms of actually recording videos for the week. So I wonder if I should make some of these. The luck-ups are kind of tempting, especially since I have material to spare. I'm not going to bother looking for stuff. So anyway, I may end up missing an update this week just because it's too hot to record. I could do stuff without commentary. The thing is, for that, I'd probably have the fan on me, and that's why I couldn't do the commentary, in case you're wondering. I actually have a new fan over here. The downside to it, though, is it's extremely loud. I don't know why, but it's very loud and very effective. Two are probably correlated. Welcome to the Roshua tree, where the fairest judgment awaits. Now come, Fatebound, your judgment awaits you. So this is what the tree looks like on the inside? I thought it smelled bad on the outside. I really can't say I like the atmosphere in here. This place feels strange. Strange indeed, but also somehow noble. What are those creepy faces? Show some respect. Those are the faces of the mothers. They sure have a funny idea of maternity around here. Watch thy tongue, child. They are the mothers of the heroes. The elders said that the spirits of the mothers came soon after the armaments were planted within the cardinal trees. They took the shapes of their grieved faces, as if they were mourning their own children. What a touching story. Makes them less creepy. I mean, a little. Cease thy prattle. Thou art not here for sightseeing. There is no turning back after this. Once you've begun the trial, then you must finish it, no matter what. So, are you prepared for the trial? Nah, I'm cool. Come anytime or perhaps never. Wow, she's a little harsh. So now I have to go over here. So, are you prepared for the trial? Yes, just get it started. We're ready. Let's do this. Very well. Now prepare for your judgment. So this, too, is a bit of a Shadow Hearts vibe, where you had to dispel your karma. Let's see if it actually plays out similar to that or not. Because I was expecting a dungeon, to be honest, and that's why I stopped where I did. Fog, where's it coming from? Okay, now this is getting creepy. Come on, come, Outlanders. This is the opportunity you seek. It hath come to you. And it seems like you've come to trust us enough now, Your Excellency. Flatter thyself less, Outlander. Trust is a hard-earned thing. You'll believe us in no time after we finish this trial. Oh, child, thou art so full of thyself. I shall see what's left of that self-confidence after the trial, if only thou art lucky enough to survive it. What's happening? I feel dizzy. The cloud, it's weakening us. I feel weak. Hang on, hold it together. It's no use, you can't fight it. Let the judgment come to you. Take care of yourselves. May Lear help us get through this. Everyone is on their own now. Brace yourselves, Outlanders. So is this a dreamscape a la Lunar? What just happened? I think we just fainted. Fainted? That doesn't sound good. Wait, where is everyone? Missing? Oh no, this is bad. Miss Arya, Kale, Mr. Azam, Lady Scatia. Where are you? Please answer me. So if we recruit them one by one, you may get to see guys I don't really use. Fear not, thou shalt find them soon enough. Whose voice is that, Vin? I have no idea yours, but it's okay. Be calm, don't panic. Who are you? Show yourself right now. Greetings, chosen ones of Legrand, the prophesied Fatebound. I, the Roshua tree, the keeper of the armament, welcome you to the path of heroes. The Roshua tree? So you're the tree? Finn, is this the trial? Yes, it is, young lady. I observe that thou hast entered me with intention, purpose, and also doubt. You can hear me, Roshua tree? Of course, I hear thee quite well, young lady. However, I would never let anyone obtain the armament without a clear understanding of the true purpose to which fate has bound them. I don't think anyone would ever encounter problems if they understood the purpose of everything. But our purpose is to save Legrand, to end the war, right? Even thee thyself sound rather unsure, young master. Moreover, 'tis never easy to comprehend even one's own purpose. Sometimes one cannot even know one's own wish, and what one hath said may not necessarily be what one holds deep within when speaking of saving Legrand. Besides, it seems like we need to rethink our purposes after discovering the truth about Lady Scatia. I mean, we all... Unfortunately, thou cannot determine aught while thy head is filled with doubt. Let the trial prove all to thee. So the point of this trial is it to prove that we have one clear purpose? Not only to prove, but to also converge. Converge? We're always on a journey together toward the same destination, but with different goals. The Fatebound are supposed to be the successors to the heroes, but the current state of the world has left many things open to question. Even you, the Fatebound, are still to be questioned. Then why are there only two of us here? Shouldn't all the Fatebound be working together to prove that we have one clear purpose? You two are here because you have the purest purpose among the Fatebound. The purest purpose? What do you mean? The hearts that bear the least stain have been sensed. The Fatebound must put aside their own personal concerns and focus on their prophesied purpose. Thus, what the Fatebound need is those with little self-indulgence. But we've always been on this journey together. You shouldn't think that they're... As I said, young master, one can never be sure of one's heart. And as I can sense thy doubt, thou art currently not in a position to convince me or anyone else. Instead, thy duty is to convince thyself in thy company. I can't understand any of this. No, thou cannot, for now, but thou shalt as thou continuest the trial. But aren't we supposed to start the trial with the others? Once you move forward, you will meet your company, who must be saved from their own selves. That is how we will determine whether 'tis just or not to place the burden of the armament and the future of Legrand upon your shoulders. But we can't move forward with the others. Yes, please, we've never been the ones to choose the way. You must trust your own power, or the people of Legrand will think trusting you is equal to surrender. You must prove you are capable of saving their land. That is how the Fatebound must help the people of Legrand stand strong. How can... Move forward, Fatebound, and behold the essence of this trial. Show Legrand what you are worth. But, Roshua Tree, I don't understand. Let's figure this out together. Please, Roshua Tree. Finn, I think it left. Left? What should we do now? We've got to find Miss Arya and the others. You heard the tree, right? It told us to move forward. Yes, you're right. We'd better find the others quickly. Come on, Ears. Stay close and be careful. So that's one of those faces they're talking about? Okay, so you can go around there to get there. Or, no, you can't. So maybe we have to teleport here somehow, and how many heroes are there? Because that's a lot of mothers. You saw nothing! I got status racers there. Of all the things, man. Like, it's not a bad thing, I just find it funny that these are so easy to come by. It's the other materials that kind of gate you. So to be completely honest, I was concerned about coming back to this game after playing Octopath because I was getting used to the Switch controller. And trying to learn all these different controllers is starting to add up. But anyway, I'm not having too much trouble readapting to this, which is good news, seeing as I have more experience with the Xbox controller than the Switch one at the very least. Speaking of the Xbox controller, there is something else that may be popping up in the next couple days. I won't give you too many details there because I want it to be a bit of a surprise if you're not following it, because it's an indie project that might be jumping out of nowhere for some people. Finn, look, that's Miss Arya and Mr. Kale. Oh, thank Lear, we found them. Miss Arya, Kale, are you alright? Please wake up. I can sense their life force, Finn. They're still alive. Please, please, Miss Arya. Kale, answer me. Why are there only two of them here? Miss Arya, Kale, what happened to you? We were so worried. I'm glad we found you. Miss Arya, are you okay? Miss Arya, please say something. Kale, what's wrong? Finn, I think something is wrong with them. They have already received their judgment, but unfortunately they have failed. What? What? Failed? No, that can't be. How could they have failed their judgment? They failed to overcome their ego. Kale's always full of himself, but he's a good person. I know it. He's always willing to help others without a second thought. And Missaria, she's the one who brought us along on this journey. She always strives for the greater good. She's the one who guides us. And yet they knew not that their hearts were filled with another intention, to shape an entirely new Legrand based on their ideals. They wish to end conflicts, but they also intend to reform Legrand according to their own beliefs afterwards. Maybe they're the ones who will lead Legrand to better days, and maybe the situation out there requires a good leader. Such is not the purpose of the Fatebound. Even the heroes are not meant to dictate how Legrand should be built, nor do they ever seek to rule its inhabitants or enforce their own ideals. Your company, their hearts, have been shown to be stained, and unfortunately they have lost themselves to their own beliefs. But please, let me talk to them first. Let them hear us one more time. And thou shalt be able to talk to them once thou hast freed them from themselves, free them from the shackles of selfishness. Please, just tell us what you have to do to free them. I'll do anything to get them back. Saving young Master Kale and young Lady Arya from their own egos will grant them the ability to bear the armament. For stained hearts cannot be allowed to wield the armaments. Stained hearts are always easily corrupted when given great power. Once they have defeated their selfish selves, they will become stronger. Fatebound, show Legrand what you are worth. What? No! Missaria, please listen to me. Snap out of it, please! Finn, I don't think that's her. Something else has possessed both of them. I hate this. That's what I was afraid of. They'd be lined up like that where I can't hit her. Well, Kale, you kinda had this one coming. What button? Took me a second to remember where the Y button was, seriously. That's the one button I have not had to use yet. Holy moly. So, let's get the moderate regeneration going. That's bad. I could have perfectly blocked this. Well, there you go. You want to see what Kale's looked like, right? You have to stop the video. So one obstacle I spot already is the heat is messing with the capture card. So I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to record. Wow! Well, that was rather rude. So have her heal herself. It's still not that great. Ooh, is she gonna kill someone? She can kill Iris, and she probably will because this is piercing. Seriously. In case you're wondering, Iris was literally 1 EXP off of him. So she went up 2 levels there, I think. And you can see Finn's stat breakdown here. Yes, I did load him that heavy in strength, specifically for that type of thing. So you know what, we'll put 1 and 1 here. I probably should put more in agility if that'll boost his accuracy any. For strength, she meets that requirement. For luck, she still needs some of that for silence, but I'm not interested in silence. So this will give us Boulder Throw, which will upgrade the Pebble Toss, or Pebble Throw. So there we go, massive power spike for ears. Sorry, Mr. Kale, are you okay? So there you go, you put them in their place with sheer pain. Ears, what happened? Why does my body ache so much? Apparently, the consequences of failing the trial had taken you over. Do you remember what happened before that? The consequences took over us. What are you talking about, Finn? That doesn't make any sense. I don't really know how to say this, but the Roshua tree told us that you failed the judgment, that you lost yourself to your beliefs. The Roshua tree warned us that all fate-bound must be pure-hearted and moved by a single clear purpose. So, what does that have to do with my aching back? Tell us the whole story, Finn. According to the Roshua tree, we were separated based on our purposes for the journey. That is why you and Kale were here, while I was with Iris since the beginning of the trial. Wait, you two started the trial together? You were together from the beginning? But how? Well, it's hard to understand, but the Roshua tree said that Iris and I have something in common. Yes, I also don't know how to process all this, but the Roshua tree said something about us having the purest purpose. What does that mean? As the fate-bound, we have to put aside our personal concerns and stay focused on our prophesied goal. We can't let our personal priorities override the true purpose of being the fate-bound. And you two share the purest purpose? I don't get it. This trial is really hard to comprehend. Yes, it seems like the Roshua tree read each of our goals. But then, if both of you share something in common that led the Roshua tree to put you together, why would it lump me together with Kale? Yeah, how can we share the same motives? That's impossible. You mean your purpose? The Roshua tree mentioned something about that. Something about you both having a certain kind of Legrand. I don't know if the mic's picking all that up, but that's even louder outside. Something about you both having a certain kind of Legrand you've always dreamt of. Is that true? Do you both of you really share a goal other than the prophesized one? Me? No, of course not. How can I have anything in common with Kale? Yeah, I don't usually get along with aristocrats. This journey is an exception, of course. But what about your own concept of Legrand? Yes, that's what I'm most curious about. I just don't understand how there could be any other goal. Remember how thou didst fail thy judgment. What? Where did that voice come from? Who said that? Is that the Roshua tree? Yes, it's speaking to all of us now. The future of Legrand cannot be decided by a single mind. The future of Legrand hath always belonged to all of its inhabitants. It is built upon consensus rather than dictatorship, on shaping differences into the individual rather than in shaping individuals by ignoring their differences. Yes, I think I'm starting to remember. I know you are too, Arya. You have failed to defeat your own beliefs, young Master Kale, young Lady Arya. Your intention to enforce your ideals was stronger than your desire to save Legrand. It is your greatest weakness, and will prevent you from wielding the armaments. However, your company has succeeded in helping you strengthen your will. Now hold your head high and cast away your weakness from within. So, what's your goal here, Kale? Or should I ask, what was it? Me? I was just thinking. Thinking what? I was thinking that all bannermen should be banished. And why do you think that, Kale? Well, I just hate to see the privileged few living it up while the less fortunate suffer, you know. I grew up poor, and I know well enough how those bannermen always oppress us, how they force their rules on us. I've always dreamt of a Legrand without any flags or banners, where everyone, including the unfortunate, can claim what's rightfully theirs without rules or anything. Without any kingdoms or so-called governments stealing hard-earned coins from the poor as taxes or robbing them of their land. I really want to give Legrand back to the people who have been working so hard to defend it, and also to stop the people who have always done the contrary and who think the land belongs to them. The true purpose of the Fate-Bound is to return Legrand to all of its inhabitants, not any single group. Well, that's my opinion of how Legrand should be and how the people of Legrand should live. 'Tis not thy lot to determine which way is better than the other, for this will only change thee into one of the bannermen thou hatest so much. Okay, I was mistaken, I'm sorry. There's no way I'm going to become one of them. So, Miss Arya, what about you? What did you have in mind? I've always thought that this turmoil began because there are too many people ruling Legrand. And I believe that Legrand would be a better place if it stood united under a single banner. I think one should be enough. There's an aristocrat for you. It matters not to whom you give Legrand or for what purpose. If you give it to a single group, then your belief will result only in a dictatorship. No one has the right to dictate what others should perceive or value. Order cannot be created by dictatorship. Fatebound doth not give you the right to shape Legrand and its inhabitants based solely on your own beliefs. The Fatebound should encourage others to find their own paths, not dictate to that path based on their own desires. Thou must free their spirits, not imprison them in dogmatism. Yes, maybe I was wrong. I'm sorry. I didn't start this journey down causing another conflict among humans, much less among the Fatebound. So I'm grateful that this tree has brought me to this realization. That was pretty harsh, but I guess the tree is talking sense. Yes, we all owe the Roshua tree our thanks. But where are Lady Scatia and Azam? I'm not sure. If the tree has separated us because we had different purposes for our journey, then what about Lady Scatia and Azam? Remember Lady Lucia saying they had something in common? Maybe that has something to do with it. Keep moving, Fatebound. Your comrades await you elsewhere within the tree. Reveal yourselves, and let fate strengthen the bonds that bind you. We'd better find them quick. Yes, come on. Let's go get them back. Ancient Monusa. Don't know how many of those I have, so any addition is appreciated. No way. That was worth 12 EXP. 12. So, in case you're wondering, what's the significance of that number? So, do I actually have a cursor here? Okay, so I can't show you. Is it under Grimoire that you can see it? Okay, I see the next level again. Look directly to the right of the Pharaonic Sword. He needs 3,889. I got 12 from that fight. 1, 2. Not 1, 2, 0, or 36 from that one. Getting the impression I'm over-leveled for this, but not by choice. 67, we're moving up. Although, this could be bad. There they are, it's Azam and Lady Scatia, hurry! What happened to them? They must have failed too. Must have taken a lot to knock them out like this. I'm sure they put up quite a fight. Oh no, what are we gonna do now? If this is similar to what happened when we met Miss Arya and Mr. Kale, then we just have to wait for them to wake up. You better check on the mirror, see if they're badly wounded. Right, yes I should. Wait, hold on here. No, please don't do that. Why not? What's gotten into you? What's wrong with you, Kale? We've got to help them. Finn, remember when we had to fight each other before? Yeah, so? I'm afraid we're going to have to do the same thing here. We have to defeat them in order for them to regain consciousness. If we healed them now, I doubt we'd stand a chance. You know what I'm talking about, right, Finn? But can't you see they need help? We'll be the ones who need help if they recover. Damn it, so what should we do now? Oh no, looks like they're ready. Azam, Lady Scatia, please listen to me. We don't have to do this. I tried to talk to you before, Miss Arya, but it's no use. Oh dear. So we really have to fight each other. I'm afraid so, Miss Arya. Everyone, please, back off. Be careful. Get ready. We might end up taking a real bruising here. Stop making things sound worse, Gale. Before you stand two of your comrades who have also failed the judgment. Haunted by their wretched pasts, their guilt makes them seek redemption for their deeds. I notice that they entered with the intention of seeking forgiveness and mercy to regain their honor. I don't see anything wrong with that. Forgiveness is exactly what someone should look for after they've done something wrong. Yes, but for them, redemption is more about their own needs than those of others. Regaining one's honor never had the same meaning as defending one's land. For the purest purpose, it is never only about thyself. Their desire to be accepted again by their own kin and return home is unfortunately stronger than their will to save Legrand. The armaments must never be wielded by those who have failed to move on from their own pasts. For those who have not made peace with their pasts are most likely to degrade the present as well as the future. Now it is your duty to grant them forgiveness and trust once again. But I don't think we're worthy to be the ones who grant them forgiveness. I sense your doubts about your worthiness to bear the title of Fatebound. Your disappointment in your mentor has led you to this trial where the truth will finally be revealed to you. This can be your chance either to ease your doubts or to be consumed by them. Stained hearts must not be allowed to wield armaments. Fatebound, show Legrand what you are worth. Stay focused, everyone. This won't be an easy fight. Oh, man. So you know what? I'm thinking, should we go for Scatia first? She's the one I'm worried about. Give this to him. I don't know if Scatia can hit them in the back line or not. So I want to get this on her. I don't know who this hits exactly. Denied. You too, Slick. So I want to say that move is triggered by their hit points. Let's try to take her out. I'm actually going to use the new boulder throw so you can see it. So keep in mind, boulder throw will work over its arm. But it's going for a section. Wow. What the week schedule is going to look like. My capture card is hot like a marshmallow. So hot you could probably roast a marshmallow on it. So I want to do that one. Yeah, we're going to boulder throw him. So he's going to use his move here. Or not. Or a zombie. He got thoroughly smoked there. Okay, for her... I think I was working on those two. So I need 40 intel, which I'm not even close to getting. Why do I have so much AP? Did she go up 3 levels that fight? I don't know. Let's do it this way. And I still don't really know what I'm going to do here. So he meets all the strength requirements. He needs more vitality. So I want to do that one at the very least. Just so we can pick off some of these moves. So he now has Grim Slash and Grim Dance. Damn, they were tough. No, they weren't, buddy. Yeah, that was close. We almost lost. No, we didn't. I think we were watching a different fight there, Finn. Can't believe we had to do this to them. We just beat them pretty badly. I think Iris was watching the same fight as me. We had no choice, Iris. Come on, I think it's safe to tend to their wounds now. Yes, okay. Come on, come on. Please wake up. Calm down, Miss Ari. I don't think anyone was seriously wounded. Lady Scatia, can you hear me? Yes, loud and clear, darling. Azam? Sure, I can hear you too. What happened? We are undergoing the trial of the Roshua tree. Then what just happened to us? The tree separated us, considered us stained, and said that our failings could jeopardize our mission as the Fatebound. That's what the Roshua tree said. As the Fatebound, we have to be able to put aside any personal concerns and focus on the greater good. But what did the tree mean by stained? The tree was talking about purpose. As the Fatebound, we need to stick to our prophesized purpose and can never afford to allow other goals to compete with it. Apparently, the point of the Roshua Tree's trial is to push anyone who strayed from the path to work through their issues. Then what about us? What about Lady Scatia and me? It's hard to comprehend, really, but the tree did mention that both of you are seeking redemption for your pasts, trying to regain your honor. And this is a problem because your will to redeem yourselves is stronger than your purpose as Fatebound to save Legrand. Yes, I've always wanted a new life. A better, more peaceful life. But the past you want to overcome is always the hardest to ignore. We all know what you've done, Azam, but there's no point in dwelling on your unfortunate past. Sure, good things will happen for you once you've saved Legrand, but you can't think of that as your main reason to continue our journey. I'm sure that, like everyone else, you can find a life that's worthy of you. I understand. Thank you, Miss Arya. Lady Scatia, the tree also said that you have to make peace with your past. You should be able to move on from the past now. I've done a terrible thing, and I just don't know how to forgive myself. The Roshua Tree told us to grant you forgiveness and mercy. And would you do that? Would you forgive me, Iris? I'm not sure that I'm the person who should grant you. I destroyed your homeland, Iris. You wouldn't have been stuck in Shapur if I hadn't. Free your spirits from guilt. Free your souls from the isolation of the past. Who said that? That was the Roshua Tree. It has spoken to us. There can be no redemption without forgiveness. Forgive yourselves, then seek forgiveness from those whom you've deceived. For forgiveness is the only thing that can guide you to redemption. I forgive her, Roshua Tree, and I don't want her in our party anymore. Miss Arya, please, no. She committed genocide. Yet she hath redeemed herself. For many years did she bear the true verses. But my sin would never allow anyone to accept me, ever again. Thy biggest mistake lies in how thou hast not been honest with them, how thou hast hidden the truth from them. As the mentor of the Fatebound, thou hast failed to earn their trust. And as an Sis, thou hast failed to keep thy family together. Thou let them write thy story from only their point of view, without giving them time or space to understand thee. Thou let thyself be judged by them. Thou exposed them to doubt and left them disillusioned. I understand. It was all my fault, I know it. I've made so many mistakes I don't even know how to regain their trust. Erase thy doubt and wash away thy disillusionment. Prove thyself now. Prove that thou art the rightful mentor of the Fatebound. The tree has spoken. I don't know how you could prove it, but I don't think you're going to be able to convince me. I trusted you, but look what you've done to me, to all of us, during this journey. You gave me a chance, Miss Arya, but why won't you do the same for Lady Scatia? You're different, Azam. You didn't kill for... There's no difference. What I have done may be even worse. I've killed so many people with my own hands, knowing full well what I did. Lady Scatia, on the other hand, she didn't wipe the cursed Nords out with her own hand, nor did she do it intentionally. It was an accident. She lost control of... It was an accident caused by her carelessness and foolishness. Haven't we all made mistakes, and don't we all deserve forgiveness? You don't understand, Azam. She killed so many more people than you did. She almost wiped out an entire race. Miss Arya, you need to see the bigger picture here. Lady Scatia didn't do what she did out of cruelty. On the contrary, she... Azam, that's enough. Please, it's all right. There's nothing wrong with her decision. I have failed to earn your trust. I really am a failure. The past is gone, and it is beyond thy power to change it. All that remains is to work on the present and prevent thyself from suffering more regret in the future. Prove thyself once more, ease their doubts, and they will have no reason to turn thee away. I can't object to their decision to turn me away. You began the trial as one, and so you shall finish it. But I failed the judgment. I failed to free myself from the shackles of the past. I'm not worthy. Thou shalt not be the one to decide thy own worth. That judgment must be left to the Armament. Now the time has come for the Fatebound to summon the Armament. Let the gayest sail determine who is worthy. It will decide if thou art the rightful mentor of the Fatebound. Thou, as well as Lazarus, hast borne the true verses as the seeds of thy redemption. Thou shalt seek forgiveness from thy company and redeem thyself completely. Okay, all right, I'll try. The time hath come. Call forth the gayest sail. When the lands are stained with cold winter's rise, the chosen souls turn the blizzard to rain. The fated ones shall all meet their demise, and the victor lets the sun rise again. What is this? Her spell. It worked! Lady Scatia is the true spellbearer. So this is the legendary Armament? We are witnessing the ultimate tool of peace. It is magnificent. Soon it will choose one of you. The Fatebound have come to claim the Armament. Their duty hath called for the Armament. I, the Roshua, the keeper of the Gaia Sail, hereby call upon the Armament to seek the Righteous One. I, the Roshua, the keeper of the Gaia Sail, hereby allow the Armament to find its true wielder. The Armament hath chosen its rightful wielder. Did the Armament just... It chose Lady Scatia? How is this possible? You are indeed full of surprises, Lady Scatia. Well, I've got to admit it, I'm a little jealous. It must be a mistake. The Armament should have chosen one of them instead of me. 'Tis not for thee to decide. Thou shan't deny it. But why? Why me? The Armament hath chosen thee. Its choice is final and cannot be questioned. For the Armament hath sensed your courage. It recognizes the one who is eager to move beyond fear. I've always been haunted by fear. I couldn't be honest to them because I was afraid they wouldn't accept me. I even killed the cursed Norns because I was afraid. Yet hadst thou not done this deed, the cursed Norns could have done far worse. In thy youth, thou wert the only one courageous enough to make such a decision. Whether or not thou wert aware of the consequences, such a decision can never be easy. Thy method may have seemed cruel and evil to most people, but thou wert able to prevent fear from stopping thee. In order to protect the land and its people, thou didst dare to take the blame for this act upon thyself. Not many people would envy thee this. And since then, thou hast never hesitated when thou wert instructed to guard Phineas and protect the Dothy tree. And again, thou didst not hesitate to undergo this judgment, knowing that thou mayst not survive. Thy family and thy company may find it hard to understand thee, to understand thy thoughts and thy actions, but no one hath ever considered that the whole of Legrand might owe thee thanks for thy deed, which hardly anyone else could have done. Now bear the Armament, and follow in the footsteps of the heroes. But wield it with great caution. Use it only in times of need. Gaia Sail. It's all decided now. We don't have any reason to turn Lady Scatia away. You've been proven worthy, and I don't think we can doubt you anymore. We Fatebound can't continue our journey without the Armament, so I guess we've got to stick together. Mr. Roshua is right. You were fighting for a better tomorrow. Even more people would have lost their home or family if you hadn't stopped the cursed Norns. So, will you forgive me, Iris? Phineas might be the Norn homeland, but as you know, it was never really my home. I shouldn't be angry about things that happened to Phineas in the past, when I know so little about them, and you more than deserve my forgiveness, Lady Scatia. Thank you so much, Iris. Now it's up to you, Arya. Can you find it in your heart to forgive me and allow me to go on this journey with you again? Arya, will you accept my apology? No, I'm the one who should apologize, Lady Scatia. I'm so sorry. I should have known that you did what you did for the sake of Legrand. Knowing that you forgive me is enough. You don't need to apologize. But please, forgive my ignorance. I failed to see your true intention. It's all right, Arya. If all is well between us, then I think it's time for us to get going. Yes, you're right, Lady Scatia. Let's get out of here. Come on, let's go. Scatia learned Wyvern's judgment, or Wyvern's judgment. I'm never sure how that's supposed to be pronounced. So, it's under character, I believe. Hold on. Dragon's judgment. Is it under Grimoire? Because I thought that was her new arcana. Oh, there you go. Unleash one of the secret arts of the Dragoons. Hard to hit, but devastating. So it has a 10% accuracy rate? Why would I want to use this thing? 400 power? So this one is just a little bit weaker, and it's 9 times more accurate. Okay, so this is going to take us around to the beginning. Because remember there was that one path we couldn't get to, which I imagine is over here. So yeah, I think this video might just be this one dungeon. It's going to be smaller than what you're probably accustomed to. Seriously. It was just that small incline, was this Pokemon? I had to wipe some of the sweat away. Yeah, this is going to be its own little video once this scene finishes. It's Lady Lucia. Is she waiting for us? Lucia, we have to thank you for allowing us to take the trial. We have obtained the armament. Hand over the Gaia Sail. What? What do you mean? Give me the Gaia Sail. The armament has chosen its wielder, Lucia. You can't. It is not yours to take. Lucia, what's wrong with you? We've completed the trial. I have protected it for hundreds of years. No one is allowed to take it away from me. Lucia, you've always respected the codes before. Why are you doing this now? Thou hast no right to lecture me about the code. Thou hast broken nearly all of them. Lady Scatia, I don't think this is Lucia. She's been possessed. Possessed? You mean she failed the judgment? Most likely, Lady Scatia. I'm afraid finding Lucia is the only way to complete the trial and help her recover. No, I refuse to fight my own sister. Listen to me, I won't fight you, Lucia. We have to do this. We don't have to do this. Then the only way to escape this place is to hand over the armament. The disillusioned heart hath resulted in hatred. The vigilant heart hath lost its will to let go. 'Tis no mere selfishness, but the need to protect that hath grown ravenous and become excessive. She guarded the tree and the armament within for a long time. Eventually she came to think that it was hers alone to possess. This possessiveness hath led her to insecurity and anxiety. The absence of her family hath driven her to treasure it above all other relationships. This behavior hath consumed her, possessiveness hath taken over her, and it is growing stronger. She thinks we're stealing the armament from her? Lucia, you shouldn't think that the Gaia Sail belongs to you alone. One thing is for sure, Lucia isn't going to listen to anything we have to say for now. Fatebound, 'tis your duty to cleanse her stained heart. Free her from superiority and greed. Thus you shall complete the trial. You will never complete the trial. This isn't part of the trial, Lucia. We can talk about this. Prepare yourselves. Lucia, please, no. I don't want to hurt you. To lose oneself is one way to finally find one's true self. You, the Fatebound, can help possessed hearts to finally regain their purest purpose. Fatebound, show Legrand what you are worth. Welcome to one of the stupidest fights I've ever seen in any RPG ever, and that's not an understatement. So, she's gonna probably guard on her first turn, here with the Arcana right out from the gate, and you don't want to do anything this turn. Almost forgot to push the button entirely. So that's her little reflux spell. So that still killed Eurus. So I don't know if she just innately reflects everything or what. Holy explosion! AoE, sure. So actual healing is completely insignificant here. The thing you have to worry about is her holy spell, which I'm hoping I can block right here. If she's using her Arcana, it's game over. Well, not game over, but whoever she's hitting is dead. I'm gonna go for this now. But in case you're wondering, Lucia has a spell that hits for 3,000 damage, so keep in mind that's a one shot from full health. So this is her instant death move. Even if you perfectly block it, it's still instant death. Okay, she didn't actually use it there. That was a different one. Yeah, she has an instant death one. Because screw the rules, screw balance, screw everything. It's the thing that fits perfectly in a stat-driven game like an RPG. Keep in mind the perfect's not going to be as helpful for Fan, even if you just get it. Simply because she is a melee type, or smash type, so she resists slash. Pierce is very effective against her though, it's just use that at your own peril. So your whole strategy here is guard up, use Arcana when full, rinse, repeat, revive as necessary, because she gets to kill people. The thing is, due to the way the instant death move works, you don't even have an incentive to perfectly block. So this is try number 2 on her, because for the first fight, I was literally just sitting there popping crossbow charge. She just one-shot each member of the group until I finally ran out of items. This time, for some reason or another, she didn't end up doing it. There she goes. She now has all of her abilities, except for silence. Well, we can start working on that now, I guess. So I need 70 agility to pick up everything. Let's do it that way. So she needs a lot of strength where she's going. She has not enough for mend. Well, I'm grabbing that now. Yeah, she's in just a bad spot as Kale is regarding all of the stats she needs. Lucia, my sister, I'm so sorry. Are you alright, Lucia? Please answer me. Scatia, why art thou... I'm sorry, Lucia. I had to do this. I swear I never wanted to hurt you. Did we just fight each other? I had no choice, Lucia. I'm sorry. But what just happened? You refused to give us the armament. Hath the armament chosen its wielder? Indeed it has. Yes, Lady Scatia is now the rightful owner of the armament. It's always belonged to Legrand. My responsibility is only to look after it. Scatia, but how? How couldst thou... I really can't explain it. It just happened. It cannot be. I am the one who hath always protected the gay Assail. It hath been under my own watch for hundreds of years. I should have never let it fall into the wrong hands. The armament hath chosen its wielder. Its decision is final. Whose hands it should fall into is not for thee to decide, for thou hast also failed the judgment. Failed? But I'm not supposed to participate in the judgment. Thy sin hath brought this judgment upon thee, Lucia. For a long time I have watched thee grow, and now I sense that thy devotion hath gone too far. Thou wert frightened when thy sister came to claim the armament. Thou wert frightened when the time came for thee to surrender the gay Assail. Thy duty as protector was to preserve and protect the precious thing that thou hast guarded for so long. Thy judgment was intended to bring thee to understand that thy protection must not grow into false possession. Lucia, please tell me, is what the Roshua tree saying about you true? Please, Lucia, you should never think that way. 'Tis the gay Assail, the spear of Lu, and I am the direct descendant of Lu. So am I, Lucia. You can't think that you're the only one who... Thou hast broken the codes, nearly all of them. Thou canst not be worthy. Now I see that thy pride hath consumed thy mind. But Scatia, she failed to protect the Dothi tree. Why would the gayest sail choose her? She may have failed the Dothi tree, but 'twas not by ignorance that she failed it. She refused to stand still and risked her life to protect it. She may have failed, but she fought until she could fight no more. One should not judge others by looking at the results of their actions alone, for results are always unpredictable. One should judge others based on their own will, on the purpose they pursue. Up until the end, she refused to lose faith, and always strove to bear her duty. She sought to ensure a better tomorrow for Legrand. But thou, Lucia, thou hast abandoned thy fate as thou hast witnessed thy brethren killing each other, and yet thou refused to help them. Instead, thou hast chosen to spare and to care about them no more. Thou didst allow them to participate in the trial, but never didst thou intend to surrender the armament to them. Thou shalt remember the true purpose of Lu, thy forefather. Lu never intended to stay here and keep his blood pure, but rather to preserve and protect thy future. Like the rest of the heroes, he was also fighting for a better tomorrow for Legrand and its inhabitants. Thou art the one who hath betrayed his cause, for thou doth despise those who be not of the Alcis. Thou bearest a great responsibility as the High Chancellor, the protector of Marius, protector of thine own kin. But thy pride hath exposed all that thou protectest to great danger. Just as thy pride hath consumed thee, so hath it consumed thy people. Remember that pride is the seed of terror and hatred, which always come before a fall. The fate-bound have come to claim the armament, and their duty hath called upon them to obtain it. Therefore, anyone who attempts to obstruct them is one who stands for the downfall of Legrand. As a direct descendant of the heroes, thou shalt offer aid to the fate-bound, for they shall bring the salvation described by the heroes themselves. I understand. I was wrong. I am sorry. The judgment hath reached its end. Ye shall continue your quest. Go now, fate-bound. Follow the path of heroes. Thank you, Roshua tree, and farewell. Sister, canst thou forgive me? It's all right, Lucia. We're family. We should be we should be able to tolerate each other. I like how she said tolerate and not love or anything like that. I think a lot of us can relate to that. But I could not... I'm sorry, sister. I should not have turned thee away. I should not have... Lucia, forgive yourself and forget the awful rift between us. It was yesterday's woe. What matters to me now is the present you. And I hope you can say the same about me. Of course, I thank thee, sister. I'm glad to have my family back. Likewise, sister. And fate-bound, I offer to you my deepest apology. I was a thorn in your side from the moment you arrived. I should have hosted you properly. It's fine, Your Excellency. What you had against us, it's understandable. The tree has granted forgiveness to us all, and you are no exception, Your Excellency. I know you're just trying to protect Marius, Your Excellency, so there's nothing to forgive. We are all flawed, Your Excellency. It's better for us to forgive each other, especially regarding our pasts. I've learned that, although we might not have done them ourselves, we still have to bear the future consequences of our forefathers' deeds. Well said, Iris. We should never forget our pasts, but we don't have to keep blaming ourselves for them either. To be honest, your hospitality did leave something to be desired, Your Excellency. But I guess it was only because we couldn't really relate to all the pain you've been through. I thank you for your That's magnanimity. I thank you for your magnanimity, Fate-bound, especially the smart-mouth one there. Now please follow me. Let us talk in my palace instead. Yes, let's get out of here. Let's go. Fate-bound, I apologize for refusing to help you before, but please let me help you this time. You've helped us enough, Lucia. You allowed us to get what we were after. But I hardly made it easy for thee, sister. Few things have been easy on this journey, and yet thou facest thy challenges with aplomb. Thou hast always been eager for adventure. You think so too? Maybe that's why being the High Chancellor never really suited me. About that, I realize that nothing could have ever changed thy mind, sister. Yes, that chair doesn't really look all that comfortable to me anyway, but you seem to be right at home in it, Lucia. And thou really dost belong out there, sister. I think we're both where we need to be. You stay here and take care of Marius, and I'll do my duty out there. I understand. Things are indeed better this way. Now that we have some time to share our thoughts, tell me, Lucia, is Is there any way you could reconsider my request? I'm not sure which request thou art referring to, sister. Please enlighten me. I want you and the rest of Marius to open yourselves to the other civilizations of Legrand. To open your eyes and look closely at what's going on out there. You will, sister. Marius can ignore the outside world no longer. Thank you, Lucia. Hearing that will ease my duty out there. But sister, what is thy plan now? Where wilt thou go after this? We need to go to the other trees, but we haven't decided which one to go to next. The other two trees are going to give us just as much trouble. What's the point in deciding which one to hit up next? True, it won't be an easy trip to Tortu. But the same goes for the journey to Magna. But we have to decide which one to go to first, so we don't waste any time. If you ask my opinion, Miss Arya, I would suggest heading back to Albion. Why do you think that would be the best course of action, Azam? The shortest route to the two remaining trees lies through Albion. But do we really need to go back? I believe it is the quickest route to either destination. We can always sail around the continent, of course. Well, if we went by sea, we'd waste a lot of time. We should go by land. Yes, besides, I'm afraid that South Albion may be at risk right now. South Albion? But why? We found out that Altea is trying to find a way to get into Sasai, and they are probably about to cross the south during their campaign. And that Southern Sun is something those Northerners can never refuse. That's exactly what I'm afraid of. Miss Arya, please. I really need to see how Dumville has been doing. Dumville? No, we can't involve Dumville in this business, Azam. But it's inevitable, Miss Arya. If Fandor fails to hold the pass, then Altea will set Dumville as their very first target of attack. That's pretty unlikely. Fandor has never failed to hold their line of defense. True, but Fandor has never succeeded in conquering the pass. Altea is known as the Avalanche Kingdom. They'd have no trouble fighting in the snow. We really can't say who will win the frontier now. At the very least, we need to know the situation there. Yes, and the Dumvillians all... That's seriously what they're called? Yes, and the Dumvillians also have to know about the situation. I need 1 sec. But what can we do to help them now? We can't do this by ourselves. We need support. That's why we need all of them to build a resistance in the south. Agreed, if we want to prevent Altea from getting to the south, we need to help the Southerners defend their land. And do we have a plan for this? It's hard to say without I understand the situation there. We need to get more information. I see. Then to Dumville we go. Okay, back to Dumville it is. Fatebound, let me help you. No, Lucia, I won't let you. You're needed here. It's true, Your Excellency. I don't think you should leave your throne. But I cannot simply stand idly by. Your responsibilities are already great, Lucia. Marius needs you here. Our people need you here. Besides, I don't want to risk failing my family again, just like how I failed father. I blamed thee back then, yes, but now I do not want thee to think. Please, Lucia, you're the only family I've got, and I can't afford to lose you. And you have to remember that, if Altea actually does find a way to get to Sasai soon, the Maurice will be the first to meet them in Doré. The Maurice may not be fighters, but there won't be any quarter offered in this time of war. So please, you need to be here for them. Very well, I shall send some knights to guard Doré. They can watch over Doré while I fight alongside thee out there, sister. Lucia, please listen. The West is counting on you. If the Fatebound and I fail to defend the South, then you'll be the only one who can protect the West. As we said, I'll go out there and fulfill my duty while you stay here and take care of our homeland. We've already settled this, right? Yes, but I cannot bear to wait here while thou art risking thy life out there. Don't worry about me, Lucia. I'm not alone. I've got the Fatebound with me. We're always looking out for each other. You're the rightful protector of Marius. You can't abandon your duty, Lucia. Then please tell me, sister, how can I be of help? You can help immensely by providing for the safety of the entire West. That way the Fatebound and I can focus all of our attention on the other areas. But, General, you must take your rest. You've just recovered. There's still plenty of time, General. Please, you must rest. Hey, there's L'Antoine. You cannot hold me. I must see her. Is that... In the name of Lear, what good fortune to finally be able to see thee again, Lady Scatia. L'Antoine. Yes, Lady Scatia, who else? And it is truly thee, Lady Scatia. Thou hast returned. Yes, I've been away for a long time, L'Antoine. Take it easy, you've just recovered. It is okay, I am no longer the weakling I once was, milady. I'm sure that's true, but I can see you're in pain right now. I am in pain, yes, but thou hast no idea how badly I wish to see thee again, milady. This pain is nothing compared to that. How did I know you would so carelessly and foolishly take on the Memora back there? Thou knowest me so well, milady. But knowest thou how badly I yearn to embrace thee right now? You should probably hold off for now. You're in enough pain as it is. I suppose so. Sadly, I am indeed in no state for that right now. But I will do it later, of course. Yes, there will be plenty of time for that later. So tell me, Lady Scatia, hast thou found what thou seekest? Yes, as I told you before. Then these fine folk must be the Fatebound. They are. Fatebound. This is General Antoine. The white-haired lady who leads the Fatebound is Arya. Pleased to meet you, General. The pleasure is all mine, milady. The black-haired lady is Iris. Come on, Iris, don't be shy. You can talk to him. It's nice to meet you, General. Oh my. You're one of the last surviving pure Norns. May Lear bless ye, milady. Thank you, General, but how did you know I'm a pure Norn? Because ye are one of the Fatebound, of course. I doubt Lady Scatia would ever bring a cursed Norn here. Come on, there's gotta be one of them still out there. You're right, Lantoine. How clever. This is Kale, and the blue-haired young man is Finn. And lastly, the Armament is Azam. Greetings to you. It is an honor to meet the Fatebound in person. You will get to know them better, Lantoine. Of course I will. So, Lady Scatia, about the armament. We have obtained it. Good to hear that. I know that thou shalt always keep thy word, milady. And you are the one who always finds it so difficult. I told you I would need your help when I came back, but I ended up being the one who helped you. I suppose 'tis our way, squire and knight. I have watched thy back, and now 'tis thy turn to watch mine. Indeed. Now that thou hast returned, I hope we can again be squire and knight, again as in days of yore. I'm sorry, Lantoine. I can't stay here for long. I did not ask you to stay, milady. I know thy duty, and mine is to join thee now. I'm sorry, you can't. You're needed here. Your High Chancellor needs you. I shall try to convince her. Your Excellency, I apologize for my... Apology accepted, General, but I hereby release thee from the service. Thou shalt receive no more orders from me. Lucia, please, no. You've got to give him a chance. I know he can do better. Let me finish, sister. Your Excellency, my deepest apologies, but I was merely trying to... I know thy intention, General. My decision is final. I release thee from thy service to Murius. And now I hereby assign thee and thy unit to the rightful office thou hast been demanding all along. But, Your Excellency, are you saying that... Yes, Lantoine. Thy duty is henceforth to protect my own sister and the Fatebound with all thy strength. Your Excellency, I really do not know how to thank you. But thou shalt not leave until thou hast completely recovered. Now get thee to thy rest and prepare for thy new duty. But I'm as healthy as an ox, Your Excellency. I could leave forthwith. I insist. To bed with you. Yes, Your Excellency. Villareth, please continue tending to the General until he is in fine fettle once more. As you wish, Your Excellency. Please come with me, General. I promise that ye shall recover in no time. But of course, a happy mind always leads to a healthy body. Lucia, are you sure about this? Thou didst not allow me to fight by thy side, sister, but thou shalt not refuse my aid in this way. Lantoine hath been thy squire all along, and he hath always been loyal to thee. I can hold on to him no more. But I know you need him here, Lucia. Have no worries, sister. The rest of my knights should suffice. You two know each other quite well. You will find no difficulties in working together. If thou must stand upon the front line, thou shalt need him more than ever. Besides, thou knowest that the Roshua hath instructed me to help the Fatebound. Then I dare not to refuse. Then it is settled. Where shall I tell Lantoine to meet thee later? Please tell him to meet me in Dumville. Of course, sister. I'd like to spend more time here, but unfortunately we have to keep moving. So please excuse us, Lucia. We have to continue our journey. We have met again, but for a short time after hundreds of years, and yet thou art in such a hurry. I do understand thy urgency, though. I'll come back home once this is all over. That's a promise. Frankly, I find it hard to believe that thou canst stay in one place for long. I'm starting to think I'm too old to be wandering around. Don't worry, when the time is right, I promise you, I'll come back for good. I shall remember thy promise, sister. You have my word. Now, goodbye, sister. Until we meet again. Please excuse us, Your Excellency. We shall meet again, Your Excellency. Thank you very much for your help, Your Excellency. Farewell. My apologies for all the trouble, Your Excellency. Until we meet again. To be honest, I wouldn't mind staying for dinner, but we Fatebound are always in such a hurry. Cut it out, Kale. We need to get going. Time's up, Kale. We better not leave Captain Jamal waiting. Alright, see you later, Your Excellency. Take care, Fatebound. Godspeed. I'm going to talk to a few people here to see if they've said anything different. Unfortunately, it's been so long since I played, I don't remember what all they had to say. Watch thine manners, I think that's one of the things he did say. May Lear be with you, Fatebound. So real quick... She still wields the dragon spear, okay. So then, the gayest sail should be in, like... Yep. So yeah, I'm not gonna bother with anyone here, because I think they'll say watch your manners or stuff like that. Oh, he has something different. I cannot believe my ears when I heard you were the Fatebound. The High Chancellor hath acknowledged you. Watch thy manners... What was it like inside the tree? It was like being inside a tree. Enhanced weapon. Okay, I'm not seeing anything new. Hall of Beasts, maybe? Crime should not go unpunished. Like, part of the reason why I wanted to look around here was to see if there were any new side quests that appeared anywhere. Yeah, it looks like all the dialogue is the same. Oh boy, so now I have to put all this together. Lucius Chamber, that's where it was. Roshua Tree, is that just the dungeon, or...? Okay. Remember, I'm a cheapskate. I can beseech you not to cause any trouble. Yep, I don't see anything. I'm more interested in the quest markers, in case you're wondering. Actually, one little detour. This makes me glad I did stop. Although I actually didn't really have that much in terms of gear. So what's taking up all my space? Wow, these are heavy. These are heavy too, but you kind of have to stick with them. I wonder if I should get rid of the normal bloodstones at this point. So one thing I have to point out is once you've made the change, make sure you assign stuff. I need to find out how to make more of those. I don't think there were any new weapons that I was waiting to get. So the term master there is what has me a little confused. I don't know if that means we have to come back to him someday, or what exactly. So can you make the higher bloodstones? Hey, the Smootar fossils. He can't make the all, but he can make the other ones. So I can use the normal bloodstones to make these. So the sad part is, keep in mind that offsets any sort of monetary gain I made. So that one requires single and all. I probably shouldn't actually use this. Actually, that's fine, yeah. Okay. I'll go through Gwinnell Forest and save outside of the town that I need to go to next. And when we pick up next time, we'll move forward with the storyline, but right now I need to cool off and try to piece this video together. So until next time, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.